Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be doing a deck check on a Ho-Oh Kiawe, I guess it is, a Ho-Oh deck that's I've found is very good. I can speak. Basically, it revolves around a Ho-Oh GX utilizing its second attack, Phoenix Burn, that does 180 for 3 fire and a colorless. And the Pokemon just can't use Phoenix Burn during your next turn. It's a really strong attack, but it's 4 energy is kind of hard to get, you know? So you have to pair it at least with Kiawe. Kiawe is a supporter card released in Burning Shadows that searches your deck for up to 4 fire energy cards, attach them to any one of your Pokemon, and shuffle your deck, and then your turn ends. So you play this on turn 1, you get 4 energy cards, and your turn ends. So even if it was a normal turn, you would be able to attack even if going second. So there's really no reason not to play Kiawe, right? Play 3 just because getting it in your starting hand is just really good. It's also pretty solid in the later stages of the game, as I'll explain. But list I would like to run, it's a little different. I like to run Turtonator. Turtonator basically has 190, a lot like Ho-Oh, but it has Bright Flame, which is 3 energy, you discard 2 fire, and it does 160. It also has Nitro Tank. Nitro Tank GX is a really strong GX move, since Ho-Oh's GX move is kind of garbage, which is basically a fire double DCE, where you put a 3 fire GX or EX from your discard onto your bench. No attach energy, you don't do anything, you just put them on your bench. So it's poo. You don't want to play that card. Bad. Play Rescue Stretcher if you really want to. But Nitro Tank, as I explained in another video, you attach 5 fire energy from your discard pile in any way you like to your Pokemon. So it's like a good recovery, you know, you attach to a Ho-Oh, say a Turt, or a Ho-Oh and a Volcanion, or just however you're set up, you know? Excuse me. Ooh. However you're set up, and it just works. Shell Trap's also a really good stall. You know, if you steam up once or twice, you know, Shell Trap hit for a bunch, if they hit you, they take 80 damage. If they don't hit you, they don't attack, you know, it's win-win, who cares? But obviously the deck revolves around Ho-Oh. A few supporting Pokemon I run would be the Turt, the Volcanion EX with the Steam Up ability. You know, you discard a fire energy and your basic fire Pokemon deal an extra 30 damage, which is a very good. It's like a choice band for instead of a fire energy. Volcanion might cut this, honestly. It doesn't do much in this deck. Power Heater isn't that great, because you don't discard as much. Like, you're not constantly playing like 3 steam ups a turn. Like, some turns you won't even steam up just because 180 is just enough to kill most things. So Volcanion's a one of, Power Heater is the only reason it's run. Even then, it's a cuttable card, you really don't need it at all. I run the 2 Dawn Wings Necrozma GX. A really good card. Has the Invasion ability, which is once during your turn, if the Pokemon's on your bench, you can switch it to become your active. So it's just really good, you know. Having that switch is very good, has very good synergies with Ho-Oh, with the Phoenix Burn, or you can't use Phoenix Burn during your next turn. So what you do is you attack, say you take 2 prizes, or you don't, you just attack Phoenix Burn. Next turn, you know, you have Dawn Wings on your bench. So right now you can't attack, but if you use Invasion and attach Floatstone Retreat, or just Invasion and Guzma something, you somehow retreat it, you can attack again with Ho-Oh without discarding energy or having to do anything. You can just attack for free. It also synergizes with Volcanion, or Volcanic Heat. You just can't use that attack during your next turn. So at the end, you just stand in Retreat, stand in Guzma, or Invasion Guzma, sorry. And it just helps. It's a win more card. It heavily synergizes with this deck. It just doesn't work the same without Dawn Wings. It's just too good. It's also weak to Dark, so being weak to Zoroark's kind of bad, but resistant to fighting's okay. That's why I run 2, just in case a Zoroark comes up and kills it. You have a backup in case of emergency break glass kind of situation. I only run 2 Tapu Lele, because a lot of the times you don't need Bridget, you don't need any of that garbage. Sometimes you'll Lele for Kiawe, sometimes you won't, because Kiawe will just be in your hand. So you really don't need Kiawe. Or, sorry, you need Kiawe, you don't need Lele as much. It's obviously a good card, so you're obviously going to run at least 2, but it's okay, you know, meh. Wobbuffet is another tech card that works really well with this deck. Wobbuffet from Generations, reprinted from Phantom Forces, as the Bide Barricade ability. Basically, the ability is, when it's active, only Psychic Pokemon have abilities. So, in the hand, so Lele's have abilities, Dawnwing Necrozmas have abilities, Volcanions don't, but who cares, right? This is a stall card. It basically stalls, let's see, Gardevoir, Zoroark, Regirock, maybe, if that's actually relevant. A couple other, like Oranguru, Octillery. There's a whole bunch of things, bunch of stuff that this just stalls. So basically, it's more of like a late game kind of thing. You know, you invasion up something, evasion retreat into Wobbuffet, and then you Kiawe. It's like a setup. Maybe they won't be able to Guzma. Maybe they won't be able to draw into something. You know, maybe they won't get what they want. It's a stall card as 1 prize. There's no reason not to run it, honestly. Turning a 3 knockout game into a 5 knockout game, or a 4 knockout game. What am I talking about? Into a 4 knockout game. You know, it's really good in this deck. It helps a lot. Honestly, you could probably cut the Baby Volk for Wobbuffet because it doesn't get much use. Wobbuffet might get more use depending on how popular ability decks are, like Metagross or something like that. But you kind of dump on Metagross anyways without it, so just ability decks in general. That's the Pokemon line. For items, it's also kind of a different item line as well. This deck's just different in general, I think, with the Pokemon it runs and the items it runs. Basically, I run 3 Nest Balls and 3 Ultra Balls. I want to run 3 Ultra Balls because the only thing you ever want to discard cards to search for is Lele because of the Battle Cry effect. None of the other Pokemon in this deck have a Battle Cry effect, so Nest Ball just works perfectly fine. You just Nest Ball and pull something out. There's no limits, it's just basic Pokemon, which everything in the deck is. If you need to Energy Drive even, you can Nest Ball and Energy Drive, right? So yeah, only the 3 Ultra Balls for the Lele's. Honestly, you might run 4 and cut a Nest Ball, but with the testing I've done, I've found Nest Ball to be a lot better in this kind of deck, just because it just helps you load up your bench quicker. And even Nest Ball and then Kiawe, or Nest Ball, Ultra Ball, and then Kiawe. Right, instead of discarding your entire hand to Ultra Ball, Kiawe. 3 Max Elixirs, find 4 to be too many, but even then you can still run 4. Still a really strong card, where you attach basic energy, you know, it just ramps you up. But with Kiawe in the deck, I find you run out of energy in your deck pretty quickly, so 3 is a solid number. You know, run Super Rod, energy retrieval, you know, there's a little bit of retrieval, not much. So I think 3 is a pretty safe number to be in. 1 energy retrieval, mostly just for Volcanion and Steam Up. So like you play the energy retrieval, use a Steam Up, and you attach for turn or something like that. Because more often than not, it's going to be some energy in your discard, so it's not like it's going to be empty or anything like that. So it always probably will have some kind of value. I run 2 Enhanced Hammers, just because special energy going around right now is insane. The DCs, the strong energies, rainbows, counter energies, all that garbage. Just Enhanced Hammer it away. You know, you knock out the active with it, and then you Enhanced Hammer the one on the bench. Okay, or 2 energies in 1 turn. Really strong card, just good tech. Not needed in the deck at all in any way that the deck works, but just good to have. It has space, so why not? 1 Super Rod, you know, get back a Lele, get back some energies. Most of the time, honestly, it's cycles and energies I found. Maybe like a Pokemon and 2 energies. Just set up Kiawes or Elixirs or drawing into them. Usually that's the combination you go in. I don't run a Stretcher because you don't really ever need to put a Pokemon into your hand because you have all the Nest Balls and stuff. You're better off just shuffling a few into your deck and then going from there. 1 Field Blower. It's a Field Blower. It's good. Tool removal isn't the worst right now. You don't really need to get rid of tools when you're one-shotting everything, because there's not really anything that one-shots these guys. Other than right you in like some water garbage. But even some water garbage doesn't one shot without a tool. So if you use your tool removal on that tool, you win, right? 3 Kiawes for supporters, 4 Sycamores, 2 Cynthias, and 3 Guzmas. Kiawe I went over. It's just core card, you need it. You want it turn 1, turn 2, almost always. It's just too good. 4 Sycamore. You go through your hand really quick. It's like a lot of items you just play, right? There's a lot of them, there's no reason not to play them when you get into them, even the Pokemon. If you don't want to bench it, discard it, right? So discard draw 7, super good in this deck. Doesn't need much shuffle. I don't run any ends. Ends and Cynthias are kind of just 2 intertwinable cards. You can either run 2 Cynthias, 2 ends, and cut a Sycamore if you really want, and throw in like an N. But in terms of hand disruption, the way this deck wants to perform is you want to be ahead, right? And if you're ending yourself to 1 and your opponent to 6, it's just bad. You just always want to draw as many as you possibly can. Just get the steam ups, get the tools, get the attachments, right? You always want to attach. So Cynthia I just find is better, but it's still on the fence with ends and like draw supporters right now. There's 3 really good ones, right? It's really hard to figure out which ones you want to run. You know, there's too many options, too many different combinations, and the optimal list of draw supporters is unknown at the current moment. Nobody really knows what they want to run, or no one really knows what the best is ever since Cynthia came out, right? Obviously, it's Shauna for 1 extra card, but 1 extra card makes it that much better. Guzma, 3 Guzma. Honestly, I might run 4, just because retreating is like never a problem because of Necrozma. You know, you have Invasion up, you Invasion Necrozma up, and you Guzma. And you have your active back up there. It's basically like playing a Lysander. I think Necrozma is super strong. I think it's really underrated. I think it's one of the better cards of the set, just because of that ability. But yeah, a lot of people don't agree, but I think it's really good. Especially in this deck. This deck is what makes Necrozma and Ho-Oh synergize so well together. In terms of tools, I run 4 float stones and 3 bands. 4 float stones basically because you always want to hit them to retreat things, like say your Wobbuffets, or even your Volcanions, or your Lele's. You know, 4 is just super good. You always only ever want to attack with like these 2. Maybe this, maybe that, but like these guys, never. You don't want to attack with anything psychic. Alright, that's just kind of the way the deck works. Choice band, you can hit 210 on Ho-Oh, hit 190 on Turt. Steam up, you know, you hit even higher. You hit 240. 2 steam ups, you know, you hit 270 if you really need to hit 270 on something. I don't know what has 250 and isn't weak to fire. Or 240 and isn't weak to fire. Yeah, but choice bands, super good. 4 is a bit too many. 3 I think is really good. Even 2, honestly, with the steam up effects, you might just run 2. 4 float zones are absolutely necessary. Super good with Dawn Wings. You know, they blow away your Dawn Wings tool. Put another one on. Right? You don't have infinite field blowers. You have seemingly infinite float stones, right? And then 15 fire energy. So a quarter of your deck is going to the energy cards. But that's okay with this deck, because the whole way the deck runs is by taking maximum value out of the energy. With Kiawe, Turtonator, and the Volcanion just synergizing all with energy cards, being discarded or being attached all at once. This is a really strong deck. I highly recommend people playing it. I think it's really good against the current meta right now. You one-shot mostly everything. You one-shot almost anything with Ho-Oh. Now you got Buzzhole has a tough time one-shotting Ho-Oh with resistance, seemingly putting up to 210. And Ho-Oh also threatening the one-shot against it. Same with Zoroark, same with Golisopod. A bunch of decks that are good right now can lose to this, assuming you draw seemingly well. But that'll do it for today. This is a deck I really enjoy. Hope you guys enjoy it too. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, anything you want me to build or want me to change or would change. Thanks for watching, you guys, and yeah, have a good day.